Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are unpacking some truly fascinating insights straight from Master Mac-Lingling's forecast for the 2026 Year of the Fire Horse. Now, this specific explainer is tailored entirely for those of you born in the Year of the Rat. If that's you, or honestly, even if you just love understanding the deep, hidden mechanics of Eastern astrology, you are in the exact right place. Listen, 2026 is shaping up to be an incredibly dynamic, high-energy year. But for the rat, it comes with a very specific set of elemental challenges and, quite frankly, absolutely incredible opportunities. So let's jump right into this and decode exactly how you can turn this incoming astrological friction into your absolute greatest advantage. So, we've got a quick roadmap for today's journey. First, we'll look at the water-fire clash. Second, we'll dive into the mindset of transformation. Third, we'll equip you with some Feng Shui navigation tools. And finally, number 4, we'll talk about charting your course. All right, let's kick things off with part 1, the water-fire clash. I want you to visualize this for a second. What actually happens when water meets fire? Imagine throwing a giant bucket of ice-cold water straight onto a blazing bonfire. You don't just get silence, right? You get this dramatic hiss, a huge explosion of steam, sheer energy, and undeniable friction. You literally have two opposing forces colliding in real time. It's loud, it's active, and it changes the physical state of both elements instantly. And you know what? This vivid image is exactly what the astrological forecast is predicting for the rat in 2026. This is definitely not a quiet year. It's a year of profound elemental reaction. Here's how it breaks down. In the Chinese zodiac, the rat fundamentally embodies this natural, deep water energy. It's fluid, it's adaptable, it goes with the flow. But colliding right into it is the 2026 Year of the Fire Horse, which is basically doubling down on intense, blazing heat. What we have here is a classic astrological clash. Now, if you're a bit newer to these concepts, just think of it like navigating a stormy sea. Your innate water energy is constantly meeting the blazing, impulsive fire of the horse. Does it create turbulence? Yes, absolutely. But it also creates immense, highly usable power if you know exactly how to harness it.
Which brings us nicely to part 2, the mindset of transformation.
Now, this concept completely flips the script on what a clash actually means. In Chinese astrology, people hear they're in a clash year and they almost immediately assume, oh no, I'm gonna have terrible luck. But Master Mac-Lingling Insights reframe this entirely. 2026 is a year of big shifts and transformations, rather than just a random roll of the dice on luck. The water-fire clash isn't about being doomed or cursed. It is a dynamic catalyst. Think back to that bonfire. When water turns to steam, it powers massive engines. It creates forward movement. The friction you're going to feel this year is actually just the universe pushing you out of stagnation and into massive personal change. And the absolutely crucial takeaway for this year is this: you are the captain, not the passenger. Navigating 2026 requires a highly active mindset. Seriously, if you just sit back and let the fire and water collide without any direction on your end, you're going to get tossed around by those stormy seas. But if you actively grab the wheel, you can leverage these elemental shifts to propel yourself forward. A good captain uses the strong winds and the turbulent waves to cross the ocean even faster. And that is exactly the mindset you need to lock in for the next 12 months.
So how do we do that? Let's get into part 3, your Feng Shui navigation tools.
To help balance this fiery energy, there are 3 essential categories of Feng Shui that will basically act as your compass this year. We need to activate wealth placements, we need to boost your career with the Wenchang star, and we need to invite harmony using the Peach Blossom star. Now, these aren't just, fun decorative tips. They are targeted environmental adjustments designed specifically to calm that water-fire clash and put you in a position of real strength. Let's break down each one. First up is wealth, and the primary goal here is to stabilize your resources. Following Master Machlingling's wealth placement guide is absolutely crucial for the rat in 2026. Why? Well, because when the astrological energy is highly volatile, when things around you are shifting and transforming at a rapid pace, your finances can also experience some pretty wild swings. By properly aligning your physical space to attract and protect wealth, you are essentially dropping a massive, heavy anchor right in the middle of those fast-paced elemental waves. It gives you a stable foundation. That way, you can take the necessary risks the year demands without capsizing your entire livelihood.
This builds perfectly into our next tool, Wenchong. For those who might be hearing this term for the first time, Wenchong is the feng shui star associated with intellect, study, and career advancement. Basically, think of it as the star of pure mental clarity. In a year where fire and water are constantly clashing, creating all the steam and fog, it can be super easy to lose your direction at work. Optimizing your home or your office for the Wenchong star acts just like a lighthouse. It cuts right through the fog, providing you with the sharp focus, the strategic thinking, and the clear decision-making skills you need to advance your career even when the waters get choppy. Finally, we have the Peach Blossom Star, which governs romance, likability, and interpersonal harmony. Remember all that intense 2026 heat we talked about? Well, that energy spills right over into your relationships. People might honestly be a lot more short-tempered this year. So unless you actually want to end up arguing with your boss over a stapler, adjusting your peach blossom placements is the ultimate antidote. It brings this beautiful, cooling, soothing energy to the interpersonal frictions caused by the water-fire clash. Whether you're looking to attract a new romantic partner or you're just trying to smooth the way for better teamwork at the office, activating Peach Blossom ensures you have allies, not adversaries, during this highly dynamic year.
So to bring it all together, we can summarize this entire strategy into 3 clear actionable steps. First, acknowledge the elemental clash. Just accept that 2026 will have some turbulence. Second, embrace the inevitable shifts. Remember, it's about transformation, not bad luck. And third, apply your feng shui placements to balance the energy. This approach takes what could be a pretty intimidating astrological forecast and turns it into a highly practical, manageable system. You are taking control of your environment to control your own destiny.
And that leads us to our final section, Part 4, Charting Your Course.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a thought. How will you harness the fiery waves of 2026 to reach your ultimate destination? For those born in the year of the rat, the upcoming Fire Horse year is definitely not a time to hide below deck. It is your time to stand at the helm. You now have the tools to stabilize your wealth, you've got the clarity of Wenchong for your career, and the harmony of the Peach Blossom to navigate your relationships. The friction is there, yes, for sure. But friction is just energy waiting to be directed. So, are you ready to take the wheel? Balance that fire with your natural water and use the sheer power of 2026 to sail farther than you ever thought possible. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy navigating!